Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in one of the strongest tier 10 mediums, the M48 Patton. I seriously don't know why people stopped playing in this thing. I mean, sure, it lost reactive armor, just like the E50M, but that doesn't make the tank bad. The M48 Patton has 9 degrees of gun depression over the front, and 8 degrees over the side. That's why it says 8 degrees on paper here. Not to mention, it has great DPM, 3,170 while running calibrated. It's incredibly accurate, has fast aiming time, great on movement dispersion, and has actually a really good top speed. See, on paper, the M48 Patton only goes 48, but because you can run gear oil, you can actually go 52. You can also get that reverse speed upwards of 24. If that's not enough, the tank also features great armor, like some of the best armor in tier 10 for a medium. So you add all this together, the M48 Patton has pretty good mobility, great DPM and accuracy. It's got fantastic hull down armor. Oh, and it's actually got a pretty good hull. Like, its armor on the hull can be very troll because it's a boat-shaped hull, which means it's rounded like this. So if shells hit that rounded bit, they can bounce right off. As I said, I really don't know why people stop playing in this thing. The only downside I will say is that it has APCR standard, and APCR is a pretty mediocre round, especially as a standard round. Having it as a premium round is okay, because usually it has pretty good pen, but yeah, it's pretty mid as a standard round. I'm hoping that Wargaming puts those changes into the equipment that were in Reforged pretty soon, because it would make APCR a lot better, and it would nerf heat and AP, which I think would overall be a much better change. So I want to make my way to this bush right here. This is a very nice position, especially because we have the gun depression to work it. So let's do that right now. We're going to wedge our tank up this, and interesting. Doesn't look like there's anybody here. They do have two mediums. They have an ambassador. Oh, there you go. We can actually see the ambassador already. Okay. Oh, and we have the 121B. I'm going to push behind the 121B just like this, and they're not going to enjoy this very much. I can tell you that right now. I'm going to go for a nice tracking shell, which locks them down, and now I'm going to stop them from being able to leave. I'm going to go for another shell. There you go. It's another 370 damage right there. We're going to aim it again, and boom, there you go. Another 370 damage, and that player is out of the game. Already a pretty good start, if I say so. There you go. Nice shot into the enemy ambassador. That's 1,500 damage dealt within just a few seconds. We get behind this player. There's another 324. And, oh, we have the Yo right here. Let's get a shell into the Yo. Nice. 348. You can see what I mean with the DPM, though. This thing's got a pretty quick reload for the alpha damage it features, and as I said, while it may have APCR standard, it's still able to output quite a substantial amount. There's 425, that already puts us up to 2,900 damage. That's a lot. That is honestly a lot of damage there. Let's get a nice shell into the 4005. We're now over 3k. And at this point, I really don't care about what goes on. I'm going to push the E100. That player's got a lot of health left, and I'm hoping I can bleed him out and get a big old chunker, but I guess we'll find out, right? There you go. Nice shell into the E100 once for 360. E100 shoots the 907, and there's a second shell into the E100 for 390. 4005 is, well, he's going to die, so I'm just going to load a gold shell, slamming it into the turret, and there you go. 4,175 damage. That was a super fast game, but such a good example of where this tank is a beast. I feel bad for the enemy 121B. Bro got left alone, but probably shouldn't have gone up the hill. I don't think it would have made a difference. I've said it so many times in the past. When you are in a medium like this ambassador here, decent player, but dude, you should have gone to medium flank, because what happens is if you don't go to medium flank, you get less support, because then your team's like, oh, well, if he's going town, I'm going to go town, right? It's that horde mentality. But it's not only that, it's also the fact that when you don't hold medium flank, you're screwed, because the heavies are going to get flanked, the tank destroyers are going to get flanked, and then you're just going to be farmed out, and that's exactly what happened in that game. So this battle here, we have that same ambassador on our team. We also have a leopard, and the big question is, what is going to happen on medium flank? Because I want to play aggressive on medium side, but at the same time, If the enemy team pushes all bridge, I'm going to back out because I know it's not going to be a great play for me to hold. We got really unlucky on that shot there, but that's okay. We can see the enemy Atlas, yeah. Our Leopard's camping now. Goodbye. This is why I wanted to go town to begin with, because I knew this was going to be a disaster. Oh, boy. I'm going to try and get out and hopefully not get nuked. Yeah, great. I shouldn't have gone this way to begin with. Sometimes I make poor decisions because I think that it's going to help out my team. My Leopard begs and begs and begs for help, and then he spawn camps in the back. Like, buddy, what are we doing? Either way, get a nice shell into the enemy T-30, which is pretty good. We're going to aim it on the side of that lion. Wow. That was a very unlucky shell, but either way, the 268 doesn't pen, but he does track him, so I guess it worked out either way. We get a nice shell into that player nonetheless. I'm going to back up really quickly, and let's see. We have the enemy Atlas. We have the T-30 aiming. But okay. What are we doing, game? What are we doing to me right now? These shots should not be missing. Alright, well, let's see. 268 clears that player, which is pretty good. We have the 268 version 4, who I am worried about, but I wanted to hit that player. This teammate is not doing very good right now. I don't know what this 268's doing, but he's oblivious. Like, dude, what are we doing, my guy? Let's get a nice shell into the rear of the E75. There you go. Pretty good stuff. The Lion's doing his thing, and I'm going to aim in on the rear of the Lion. There you go. Nice 350. Pretty good. Lion obviously got bled rather substantially right there. Now I've got to turn around and push the Lion. Alright, let's see if I can do that now. Hello, Mr. Lion. And boom, there you go. Nice 425. Did you guys know I'm a complete bag of shite? Maybe. Don't put yourself in an exposed position. I'm not taking blame for your death, my guy. Either way, we're doing pretty good. We've already done 2,400 damage. T-30 we've taken out of the game, and that leaves us with the enemy Atlas, which we are going to farm out now. So let's aim it on the Atlas once. Ooh, we damaged his ammo rack. If we shoot him in this exact same spot, we have about a 30% chance we'll ammo rack him. Unfortunately, we don't, but not too bad. That's 3,200 damage. Again, another really good game for the Patton. I don't really know what that 268 was even getting mad about. Like, he drove into me. I didn't go out of my way to block him or anything. Oh, man. But there you go. 3,200, and that places us pretty good on the team. As I said, the M48 Patton, it's a great tank, right? The gun on this vehicle is really solid, as we can see. Sometimes it can be a little troll, but in general, the on-movement dispersion is quite nice. And you saw the mobility is great. The DPM is really good. Everything about the Patton is great. And we didn't even really get to use the thing haul down. But when you are using this tank on a ridgeline, it is basically impossible to pen. Like, before we end off today's video, let me pull up the armor profile of the M48 Patton. And we go to, here we go, put on enhanced armor. I mean, this is what it looks like against 260 mils of pen, and this is what it looks like against 340. Like, you literally need 320 to cut through this thing, and if it's using gun depression, you're literally not penning it. Like, that is an incredibly strong armor profile for a medium. That is very strong. And when you pair that with the fact that, as I mentioned, the gun and everything else is great, like, yeah, the Patton is a beast. I would highly recommend to get this medium. I still consider the M48 Patton to be one of the best tier 10 mediums. And like, sure, the M60 has more gun depression, also has sandbags and really good armor. The M60 doesn't feature gear oil, which is a huge advantage for the Patton. So there are big advantages for this tank. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.